That's Miss Scott.
Thank you. I'm pulling her back forward. Ms. Scott, represented by Mr. Griggs, you are charged with trafficking in marijuana. Attorney Griggs, does she waive the formal reading of her warrant, or does she wish to have it read aloud? Be mindful.
She waives the formal reading. She waives.
Sir, okay. You know we're on YouTube, so I don't know if you wanted it read. So you're waiving the formal reading. You do not have a bond at this time, ma'am. Your next court date will be October 12th for your preliminary hearing, and your bond hearing will be scheduled for October 16th. Is there anything else you would like the court to know, Mr. Griggs?
No, Judge, we're in the process of speaking with the state about a consent bond. I know this court cannot set a bond on this, so we will continue to negotiate with the state. And Ms. Scott, I'll be out to see you.
Thank you so much, sir. Well, that's all you have. You may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who do we have next, Deputy?
Have all the females here, whoever you call.
Okay, okay. So let's Alexis Conley next.
Conley.
After Ms. Conley, we will have Jamishia Dasher. Ma'am, you are charged with obstruction of an officer, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and altering the identity of a weapon. Do you wish to have your charges read aloud, or do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges? Which one, you waive? Okay. I have dismissed your obstruction of an officer charge. You do still have the other two charges remaining. Your bond is $9,000 and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond? I can't hear you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, ma'am. Deputy Taylor, when we get to the inmates that we mentioned earlier that are in isolation, just let me know, because I'll put it to the side, okay? Sure.
Ma'am.
After Ms. Dasher, we'll have Ms. Elazar. You are charged with criminal trespass, arson. You are also charged with driving on a suspended license and a child seatbelt violation. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your accusation?
Yes, ma'am.
So you waive it?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond for criminal trespass is $15,000. For arson is $15,000. Excuse me. Let me backtrack. You do not have a bond. The court is going to deny a bond on the arson charge. It's a very serious offense. Court finds that there is a high risk of reoffending based on the allegations. So you do not have a bond at this time on the felony charges. Your next court date, excuse me. Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day, ma'am. Are you Miss Eleazar?
Ella?
I need Shetla Eleazar. Shetla Hernandez Eleazar. Eleazar.
That's a male. That's you. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Miss Ellis, you are charged with a license violation. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges? Your bond is $1,000. You must not violate any laws or out on bond. Are you able to make bond? I can't hear you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you waive your preliminary hearing?
Oh, yeah.
The next court date will be September 1st at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Ana Gomez. Anna Karen Gomez Ortiz.
Let's come go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You are charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Do you understand your charges?
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Do you waive the formal reading of your warrant?
Excuse me?
Do you waive the formal reading or do you wish to have me read your warrant aloud?
Yes.
Which one? You waive or you want me to read it?
You read it.
It is accused that you did make an assault upon the person of Susan Andrados with an object, a knife, when used offensively against another is likely to result in serious bodily injury. It's accused that you attacked and stabbed the victim while the victim drove on Highway 42. The victim is a taxi driver and was transporting the accused when the accused attacked the victim. The court reviewed this. You do not have a bond at this time. Should you get a bond, you are to stay away from the victim. You have an attorney that's representing you. Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Let's see what you can do. We need that.
Brittany Lowry. You are charged with battery and criminal trespass. Do you understand and waive the reading of your charges? Your bond is $7,000. You are to stay away from Lionel McNeil. You cannot return to 966 Ashwood Drive in Riverdale, Georgia. You must not violate any laws or out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yeah.
These are misdemeanor offenses. You have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Akarius Mangum.
ISO judge, isolation.
Thank you. Shanice Nelson. Ma'am, you are charged with terroristic threats and simple battery. Do you understand your charges and waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes.
Okay, so that means you understand and do not wish for me to read your charges aloud, correct?
Oh, yes, please do. I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Which do you want? Read them aloud or not? We are streaming live on YouTube.
Put them aloud.
It is accused that you threatened to burn down Sarah Brown's house. It is accused that you grabbed and pushed Joshua White, who was a juvenile, causing pain in his arm. This incident occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. Nelson and Brown reside together. The offender admitted that she would burn the house down and Brown placed her items outside of the residence. You do not have a bond at this time. Should you get a bond, you should stay away from Joshua White and Sarah Brown and not return to 417 Roxbury Drive in Riverdale. But as stated, you do not have a bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Have a good day.
So now you go. Ma'am, go on.
Brittany Roach. You are charged with a felony count on violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, expired or a no license plate, no insurance, and no license. Do you understand your charge and waive formal reading of your charges? Or do you wish to have them read aloud?
I waive the reading.
I can't understand you, ma'am.
I waive the reading.
Okay. Your bond is $9,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond? Your
Yes.
next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day, ma'am. Thank you. Alicia Roberts. You are charged with a felony violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act and a stop sign violation. Do you understand your charges, or do you wish to have them read aloud? I can't hear you. No, what? You understand, or you wish to have them read aloud?
No reading, Judge.
No reading.
I thought she said that she needs to speak up.
No reading. I understand.
Thank you. Your bond is $7,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
I was wanting an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Maya Robinson. You are charged with giving a false name. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading, or you wish to have it read aloud?
I want to hear it read aloud.
It's accused that on August 20th, you committed the offense of obstruction, giving a false name while being a passenger in a vehicle with Georgia tag. I'm not going to read the tag. They got pulled over for failure to maintain lane, was detained due to a strong and apparent odor of marijuana. While attempting to identify the arrestee, she gave a false name of Marika Greer. A Georgia's license was found on her with the correct information of Maya Robinson. Court reviewed it, found there was probable cause for this warrant, and it set a bond for $3,500. You do not have a bond at this time. Are you, excuse me, you $3,500. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
The next court date will be September 1st at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Do I wish to waive the preliminary hearing?
You already, come on.
Your next person will be Sequil Henderson. You are charged with battery. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading, or you wish to have it read aloud?
You can read it aloud.
It's accused that you did throw a Christmas tree at Destiny Bradley, causing visible scratches to the right ear, causing minor bleeding. The offender is the victim's mother. The bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Destiny Bradley. You are not to return at 7830 North McDonough Street in Jonesboro. It was put on the warrant. This is your residence. You can go back with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted unless this matter is resolved or unless that condition is modified by another judge. You must also not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes, and I don't live there.
Okay, so then I will remove the condition that will allow you to go back. You cannot go back for any purpose unless and until this case is resolved. Do you understand? Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Are you able to make bond?
Yeah.
I can't understand you.
Yes, I am.
Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? This is a misdemeanor offense.
No.
Your next court date will be September 1st at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Sierra Lawler.
Yes.
Lie down, man.
You are charged with defective equipment, improper turn, and no license. Do you understand these charges and waive formal reading of your charges? Your bond is $2,000. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond? I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. These are misdemeanor offenses. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you waive your preliminary hearing? Thank you. Your next court date will come in the mail. Please be sure to sign your waiver. LaToya London,
Vic. Come on.
LaToya London,
Yes, ma'am.
you are charged with terroristic threats and obstruction of law enforcement. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading, or you wish to have them read aloud?
To read them.
It is alleged that you committed the offense of terroristic threats when you threatened to commit a crime of violence to Officer Towns with the purpose of terrorizing said person by threatening to harm the officer by kicking the officer's effing A in the presence of Sergeant Baker and Officer Towns while on body camera. It is also alleged that you obstructed law enforcement by refusing to identify yourself and refusing to communicate with the officer in the investigation of the crime, followed by refusal to allow the officers to effect an arrest. Court reviewed those warrants, found that there was probable cause. Your bond is $10,500 and you must not violate any laws on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
Your next court date is October 10th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Trevor Morris is also in isolation, correct?
Say again?
Trevor Morris?
Yes, it's a nice one.
Okay, we'll take Samia Pascal. You are charged with stop sign violation and obstruction of. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading, or you wish to have everything read out loud?
You can read it.
It's accused that you failed to stop at a stop sign. Officer conducted a traffic stop. The offenders used curse words as soon as I approached her. When I was checking on the OLN and tag, the offender continued moving her vehicle and said she needed to back up. I told the offender to stay in her car, but she came out and went to the porch to her friends. Is at that time, I asked twice more and the offender returned to the car, but would not close the door after her. I asked her to do it several times. Court reviewed that, found that there is probable cause. Your bond is $4,000. Are you able to make bond?
Yeah.
Is that a yes? Were you talking to the court? Okay, because you said yeah, like we're homies. Okay, so your bond is $4,000. You must not violate any laws out on bond. You said you are able to make bond. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. In your preliminary hearing, these are misdemeanor offenses.
Yes.
Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day. That should be all the female inmates. Is that correct? Besides the ones in isolation?
Yes, Judge.
Before we begin with the male inmates, I will be resetting one matter. We were waiting for an officer to amend. So Isaiah Betty will be reset until tomorrow to allow for the officer to amend the warrant.
Yes, Judge. You go back.
Thank you.
On him? Yeah. Absolutely.
Give me one moment to get the paperwork and then we'll begin with the male inmates.
So you said Story's going to come get the female? Yeah, and she's dealing with that female. Oh, she took the move.
We should have Isaiah Crooks first. Is that who you all have?
Isaiah? No.
Excuse me, Brent Crooks.
Yes, he's first.
You are charged with reckless driving. Please adjust the camera. I cannot see his face.
No.
Thank you. You were charged with reckless driving, improper lane change, 2 felonies, the Georgia Substance Act, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. Do you understand your charges, or you wish to have them read aloud?
Can you say it again, please?
Do you understand your charges, or you wish to have the charges read aloud? We are streaming live on YouTube. Which one? You wish to have it read aloud?
I heard the charge now.
My question is, do you want me to read out the warrants which specify exactly what you are charged with, or do you understand your charge?
Read out the warrants, please. I'm sorry, I can't hear. My bad.
I can't understand you.
I said I can't hear. I apologize. Just now you can read the warrants out, please.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
It is alleged, are you paying attention, sir? Alleged that on August 20th, you did commit the following offenses while the officer was conducting a subject stop due to drug activity at the Exxon gas station, where while making contact with one subject, I observed a male subject wearing a white sweatshirt run out of the store, look at me and runs his car, a Mercury sedan with the tag that they listed, enter the vehicle on the driver's side and reverse the vehicle at a high rate of speed, almost causing a collision in the parking lot without utilizing a turn signal or yielding to traffic, exiting the store parking lot by turning east on a Taylor Road. I entered my vehicle and attempted to catch up to the vehicle to initiate a traffic stop. As the suspect vehicle approached Taylor Road, I observed the suspect vehicle traveling on the wrong side of the roadway, oncoming traffic where it struck a passing vehicle, blocking the driver door to prevent escape and placed the driver under arrest. Once the driver was under arrest due to the strong odor of marijuana, I began to search the vehicle, which yielded approximately 5 ounces of marijuana, individually packaged in multiple baggies, 2 loaded Glock pistols, a digital scale, and a large amount of cash, all of which was located in the backpack. The arrestee spontaneously uttered it was his. During my investigation of the arrestee's identification, it was discovered that he is a convicted felon for possession of marijuana with intent to distribute and giving false statements from DeKalb County Superior Court. Your bond is $32,000 and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond? Excuse me, 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Sheriff Hills Office, Deputy Taylor.
You do not have a bond at this time. Your court date is going to be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day.
You just told me I had to bond.
You don't have a bond, sir, because you are on probation right now. That's why. Have a good day. Terrell Easton?
Yes.
Are you Mr. Easton? You are charged with child molestation, statutory rape, and sodomy. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading, or you wish to have it read aloud? Can I hear you?
No.
No what? Do you want me to read your warrants, or you understand the charge? I can't hear you.
Yes, I understand.
You do not have a bond at this time. Should you get a bond, you are to stay away from the victim, Jay Williamson, and you return to the alleged incident location. Do you understand? Don't whisper now. I can't hear you.
I do understand.
Okay. As I stated, you do not have a bond at this time, but I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201.
Come on.
Chetla and Liazar. Sir, you are charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading, or you wish to have it read aloud?
That's not me.
Are you Chetla Eleazar?
Why'd you come up?
I asked for.
Nigga, I told you to listen. Hold on, Judge. Stand by. Hold on.
May we please have, I know it's kind of busy and I know y'all are doing y'all's best, so I'm not upset, but can I please have Chetla Hernandez Eleazar?
That was a guy. That's the same guy?
No, that's a guy. Hey, lady, that's a guy. No, it's a.
That's not him?
The warrant does indicate that it's a male. Earlier, I asked for him thinking it was a woman. It was in my wrong stat, but the warrant indicates that this is a male.
Oh, last name, Judge.
Excuse me?
Last name. He spelled a last name.
Leazar.
I'm coming now, Judge.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir.
Mr. Eleazar?
Yes.
Please say yes. I'm not your homeboy. You're talking to the court, okay? You can say yes or yes, ma'am. Yes, your honor. So let's do this again. Mr. Eleazar? You are charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have them read aloud?
I understand.
Okay. You do not have a bond at this time. Should you get a bond, a condition of that bond will be to stay away from the victim, the alleged victim, Susana Andrelis Mateo. Your court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201, and I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day, sir.
Go.
Mr. Gibson, Alotz Gibson,
Yes, ma'am.
you are charged with no license, no insurance, and improper lane change. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have them read aloud?
I understand.
Your bond is $2,500 and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
I'm having difficulties.
Okay, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. These are your misdemeanor offenses, so you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day. Vonna Gordon. Stand by for 1 second, Mr. Gordon.
Okay. Y'all come in here, bring the wild in New York. No, this makes sense. I'm also y'all. This is more generation. Bring your
Mr.
girl.
Gordon, are you Mr. Gordon?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. You are charged with obstruction of an officer. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading, or do you wish to have it read aloud?
What am I charged with?
Obstruction of an officer. Do you understand, or you wish to have the warrant read aloud?
Obstruction of an officer.
It is alleged that you committed the act of obstruction of an officer by knowingly and willingly and obstructing the officer Jackson by refusing to provide the officer with your first name. The offender allegedly was asked several times for his first name. Offender refused to provide law enforcement with the name. This occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. The court approved this warrant request. Your bond is $3,500 and you must not violate any laws, but I don't bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes or no?
What's the bond thing again? Can you repeat that?
$3,500. Are you able to make bond?
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Please say yes to the court. This is a formal proceeding. I'm not sitting at the house chilling. I'm
Yes.
an attorney to thank you, sir. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. This is a misdemeanor. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
You should say no. Don't wait.
Your next court date will be September 1st at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir.
Thank
You're welcome.
Like last time, I called the next.
Timothy Gordon.
What's going on? Timothy Gordon, I thought reading the phone wrong. Why don't you shut your mouth?
Judge, who did you just read? That was Gordon that you just read.
That was Bonner Gordon. I'm asking for Timothy Gordon now. Has he bonded out?
Yeah, he's not accurate.
He's bonded out.
Thank you so much. So we'll take Brandon Hallbrook next, please. Are you Mr. Hallbrook?
No.
You are charged with possession of a firearm by a felon, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and altering the identity of a weapon. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading, or you wish to have your warrants read aloud?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
You do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you, okay? Have a good day. Isaiah James.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
How you doing?
I'm well. Give me one moment. You are charged with battery, criminal trespass, sexual battery, and terroristic threats. Give me a moment. You understand your charges and waive the formal reading, or you wish to have your charges read aloud?
Yes, ma'am.
Which one? You understand, or you want me to read them?
You can read them for me, please, ma'am.
It is alleged that you punched the victim, Robertine Cadell, in the head, leaving a visible nickel-sized bruise on her forehead. The victim alleged that the physical encounter took place when she called the said accuser for threatening to called out the said accuser for threatening to shoot her father. It is also alleged that you did essentially damage the property of Robertine Cadell without the consent of her owner when you picked up her phone off the ground during the physical altercation and hit her in the head with it, causing damage to the iPhone 7. Damage is less than $500. It is also alleged that you did make intimate physical contact with her body parts by grabbing her breasts and twisting them.
No, ma'am. That's not what happened.
I'm not asking, you asked me what you were charged with. This is not the time for you to say what happened or not. You do not have your lawyer with you. I'm reading the warrants as you requested. The last allegation is that you threatened to shoot Andy McCullough, and that approximately around 12 p.m., you later in the day saw victim's daughter, Robertine Cadell, and you said, yeah, I told him I'm going to shoot him, and started laughing. Based on that review, the court has found probable cause. Your bond is $38,000. You are to stay away from Robertine Cadell and Andy McCullough. You are not to return to 24 Dogwood Lane, and you must not violate any laws without a bond. Do you understand those special conditions? Are you able to make bond?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day. Next, we will have Javon Jones. You, Mr. Javon Jones,
Yes, ma'am.
you are charged with obstruction of an officer. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading, or you wish to have it read aloud?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Your bond is $3,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date can be waived because it's a preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive it, or do you wish for me to set you a preliminary hearing?
What is the preliminary hearing for?
I've already gone over that, sir. I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm going to set it for September 1st at 8 a.m. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. If you and your lawyer decide you want to waive it, you can do so at that time. Okay, sir? Have a great day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jose Martinez. Jose Martinez, is he still active?
Let me check. Martinez, Taylor.
Jose Martinez?
I don't see him. I got it right here. I got both lists. Right here.
He's OTB.
Thank you so much. Next, we'll have Michael Ogletree.
Okay, he's not on bond. OTB.
He's OTB as
Thank
well.
you. Thank you. Next, we'll have Devin Filson. Sir, you were charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
You could read them aloud.
It's alleged that you did conduct the offense of criminal trespass by locking the victim from their residence. Offender locked victim out of her home after they argued with each other and would not let her come in. Offender stated he told her to sleep in the car. This happened at your address. I'm not going to read the address aloud. The victim's name is Fresnette.
Yes.
Spelling that wrong? But that's what you're accused of doing. The bond is $3,500. You were to stay away from Ms. Fresnette. You are not to return at 5900 apartment E4 in Riverdale Road. It was indicated that this is a shared residence. As such, you can return with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you are not to go back to that property unescorted until this matter is resolved or until this condition is modified by another judge. Do you understand? Was not violating laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am. Sorry. No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be September 1st at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Earl Redding. You're charged with giving a false, you are Earl Redding, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with giving a false name. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges, or you wish to have it read aloud?
I understand.
Your bond is $3,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond? I can't hear you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor, which means you have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
I can't hear you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day, sir. Gal Rosser. Sir, you were charged with a felony count of the violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges?
Yes.
Your bond is $7,000. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir. Lavon Samuels. You were charged with felony count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, possession of an altered firearm, a felony count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, possession of a weapon during commission of a crime, and a third violation of the felony Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Your bond is $35,000. Do you understand your charges and waive the formal reading of your warrants?
Yes.
Your bond is $35,000. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
Your next court date is October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day, sir.
I ain't here to court that.
October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Monte Thompson. You were charged with a felony count of the violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges? Your bond is $7,000. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond? I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir. How about you? Are you Mr. Berry? You are charged with no license, expired registration, and concealing the identity of a vehicle. Do you understand your charges and waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have them read aloud?
No.
No what? You don't understand, or you? So your bond is $2,000. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond? You have the opportunity to waive your preliminary hearing since it's a misdemeanor offenses. Do you waive your preliminary hearing? Your next court date will be September 1st at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Justin Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Brown, you were charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond is $1,500. Do you understand the nature of your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $1,500. You must not violate any laws on a bond. This is a misdemeanor offense. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
The next court date will be September 1st at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Devontae Burns. You are charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce in open container. Do you understand your charges and waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have them read aloud?
Yes, I understand.
Your bond is $2,000 and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond? Your next court date is going, oh, excuse me, these are misdemeanors, so you can waive your preliminary hearing if you wish. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yeah.
Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day. Malik Corbett.
Let's see your name. Let's see your name. Malik Corbett.
Did he bond out? He may have bonded out. Can y'all check?
It says, hey, what about Malik Corbett? It says H. Wade, but Wait. Malik Corbett.
He's on TV.
That's OTB. Yeah, Corbett's OTB. Okay.
He's out on bond, Judge.
Thank you. Andre Frazier.
Andre Frazier, let's go.
After Mr. Frazier will be Mr. Freeman. Mr. Frazier, you're charged with improper lane change, a felony count in violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges?
I understand, but no.
So you want to have him read aloud?
Yeah.
It is accused that on August 21st, you committed the following offenses while operating a Mercedes-Benz SUV, did fail to maintain your lane, traveling in the slow lane, going south on Riverdale Road, crossing over East Fayetteville Road, and crossing over the solid white line of the shoulder. A traffic stop was initiated. When contact was made with the arrestee, a strong odor of marijuana was smelled from the vehicle. A search of the vehicle yielded a large clear plastic bag with over an ounce of marijuana. The search also yielded a Taurus 9mm firearm loaded and found in the unlocked accessible glove box. The court found that there was probable cause. Your bond is $14,500 and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
No.
Your next court date will be August 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. After Mr. Freeman, we'll have Jarvis Green. Are you Mr. Freeman?
No.
You're charged with aggravated assault, criminal trespass, simple battery, and cruelty to children in the third degree. Do you understand your charges and waive your reading, or you wish to have your warrants read aloud?
No.
Which one? You understand? You do not have a bond at this time. Should you get a bond, a condition of your bond will be to stay away from Aaliyah Laurie and Talia Ramsharin, and not to return to 13181 Henderson Drive. But as stated, you do not have a bond at this time. The court has appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Put your hand on. Put your hand
Thank
on.
you.
Hand on.
Come on, y'all.
You, Mr. Green?
Ma'am, y'all.
Give me one moment.
You walking down. You walking down the hall. You come from that way. You go straight down the hall. Okay, there you go. Go ahead and put your hand behind your back. There you go. Okay.
I think he said he's taking him back up in 24.
Got it, got it.
Mr. Green, you are charged with 2 counts of robbery and 2 counts of financial transaction card theft. Do you understand the nature of your charges, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
Y'all read aloud, y'all.
Give me one moment. It is alleged that you did commit the offense of robbery when by sudden snatching, you snatched the property of Salvador Sanchez from his person by snatching $800 from the Bank of America ATM. As soon as Mr. Sanchez entered his PIN and the money was coming out of the machine. Alleged that you did unlawfully take the card of another without the card holder's consent with that card belonging to Mr. Sanchez. It is alleged that you conducted a fraudulent transaction by using the victim's bank card with a value greater than $100 and bearing the card number, and I'm not gonna read the number aloud, issued to Mr. Salvador Sanchez when you knew it was stolen for the purpose of obtaining money. It's also alleged that you took from Adeline Rahu by sudden snatching $960 in cash as soon as the money came out of the ATM, just after the victim entered his PIN into the Bank of America machine. The court found that there was probable cause. You do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. And I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Shamarcus Haygood.
October 12th, y'all?
Yes. Are you Mr. Haygood? You are charged with the misdemeanor terroristic threats and obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or you wish to have it read aloud?
It was what?
Disorderly conduct, terroristic threats as a misdemeanor, and obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Do you understand or wish to have your warrant read aloud?
I will read it aloud, please.
It is accused that you yelled and screamed cuss words at officers while both inside and outside of room 252, causing a breach of the peace. Also told officers to take off their guns and badges, and you would beat both their ASSES. Offender then resisted arrest. They were at the location for a call of domestic violence incident captured by body cam. Your bond is $8,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes. Appreciate you. Yes, ma'am.
These are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
What was that? Your next court date is September 1st at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day. Christopher Johnson.
Good morning, y'all.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, I'm sorry.
It's okay. You were charged with aggravated assault by strangulation, battery, false imprisonment, criminal damage to property in the second degree, and cruelty to children in the third degree. Do you understand your charges, or do you wish to have the warrants read aloud?
Could I have it read aloud? Yeah, no, I have no recollection. I turned myself in. I'm a college student and a veteran.
It's accused that on August 17th, you knowingly, with your hands, placed your hands around Shanice Johnson's neck by applying pressure, causing her to pass out and fall to the floor. It is also alleged that you did intentionally damage the property of Shanice Johnson by throwing her phone at her vanity mirror, causing the phone to crack and the mirror to shatter, pulling on her Michael Kors purse, ripping the straps, said damage exceeding $500. It is alleged that you did intentionally grab Shanice Johnson, your wife, purse while she was walking up the apartment stairs. When she pulled her purse back, the said accused picked Ms. Johnson up and threw her on the ground, causing her mouth to bleed. It is alleged that you did, in the presence of your children, having knowledge that the children under the age of 18 were present, could see or hear you commit family violence against Shanice Johnson, the minors being Zamaya Johnson and Kavion Johnson, both residing with you. It is alleged that you did detain your wife without legal authority in her bedroom by blocking the closed door with your body, causing her to be in fear of her life. She opened and exited through the bedroom window. You do not have a bond at this time. Should you get a bond, the condition of your bond will be to stay away from Ms. Johnson, stay away from Zamaya Johnson, and stay away from Kavia Johnson. You are not allowed to return to 1006 Chase Ridge Drive in Riverdale, Georgia. It was indicated that that is your residence. You may return if you do get a bond with a sheriff's escort and retrieve your property at that time. However, as stated, you do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be October 12th in 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Jumper. You were charged with financial transaction card theft and obstruction of an officer. Do you understand your charges and waive your reading of your charges, or you wish to have them read aloud?
She's talking to you.
What was the charges?
Are you Joshua Jumper? Where's Joshua Jumper?
He's quarantined, Judge.
Quarantine judge.
Thank you. Steve Lewis. Are you Steve Lewis?
Lewis.
Okay, I need the person whose name I call to come forward. So I need to speak with Steve Lewis, please, if he's still here. If he's bonded out, let me know. Thank you. Malik McCrea, is that you?
He's quarantined.
Thank you. The Kaylin Price, is that you? You were charged with giving a wrong turn signal, fleeing from police officers, speeding, operating a vehicle where prohibited, and obstruction of an officer. Do you understand your charges and waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
Hey, read it.
It is alleged that you did fail to use your turn signal at the intersection of Garden Walk and Riverdale Road. Your vehicle was stopped and a heavy odor of marijuana was coming from inside the vehicle. You were advised of a search of the vehicle will be conducted. You then fled and led deputies on a high-speed pursuit. Deputies canceled the pursuit for safety of the general public. You were found at your residence approximately 30 minutes later. Your bond is $6,500 and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond? The charges as alleged are currently charged as misdemeanors, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
When I waive, what you mean?
Your next court date will be September 1st at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. I've explained this earlier. I cannot repeat this for everybody who did not listen. We will have Justin Suoyo. Mr. Suoyo, you are charged with no tail light, concealing the identity of a motor vehicle, and theft by receiving stolen property. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have them read aloud?
Oh, no, I understand.
Your bond is $11,000. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond? Your next court date is October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day, sir. Devin Warner.
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged with driving on a suspended license. You understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges, or you need to read it aloud?
No, you don't have to read it.
Your bond is $1,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond? That was yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. This is a misdemeanor. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
No, I don't.
Your next court date will be September 1st at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Brandon Willingham,
Yes, ma'am.
you're charged with simple battery family violence. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading, or you wish to have it read aloud?
Yes. Read
You understand, or you wish to have it read aloud? It's accused that you made intentional physical contact with your girlfriend, Denise Harris, at Roberts Drive. The officer responded to the address for a domestic disturbance, and as he arrived, he observed the offender grab the victim by her arms and pull her toward him. The victim and offender have lived together for 3 years and have one child together, making this an instance of family violence. Your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Denise Harris. You cannot return to 235 Roberts Drive. It was indicated on the warrant that this is your residence. As such, you can return with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to this property unescorted unless and until this matter is resolved or until that condition is modified by another judge. You must also not violate any laws on island bond. Do you understand your special conditions, sir? Was that a yes? I can't hear you.
Ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No. No,
The
ma'am.
next court date will be September 1st at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Let's go jump right in there with him.
That should be all of the males that are not in quarantine. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Who are we gonna take next?
They're coming up, the males. Come on, sir. Stand up to the podium and say your name. Stand up to the podium. Say your name.
Hello, I'm Joshua Jumper.
Did you hear me read out the charges earlier? The first appearance?
No.
Did they not hear the first appearance?
Yes, they did.
It was just a little in the room. I couldn't hear.
But you were there when I read it to everybody, right? You are charged with financial transaction card theft and obstruction of an officer. Do you understand your charge and waive formal reading, or you wish for me to read your charges aloud?
Could you read the financial one? I don't understand that.
I just missed that charge. Do you understand the other charge? Do you need me to read it aloud?
No, I understand.
You are charged with obstruction of a law enforcement officer as a felony. The bond is $10,000. You must not violate any laws on island bond. As I stated, I dismissed your financial transaction card theft charge. Are you able to make bond on the second charge?
Can I ask what if I say no? What if I can't?
I'm just making a note of it. So it's a yes or no.
I should be able to get it. Yes.
Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day, sir.
Say your name.
Legal McCray.
Mr. McCray, you are charged with obstruction of your license plate, improper lane change, reckless driving, fleeing from an officer, aggravated assault, obstruction of an officer, financial transaction card theft, possession of a weapon during the commission of crime, theft by receiving stolen property, and another count of obstruction of an officer. One of the counts of obstruction is a felony. The other account of obstruction is a misdemeanor. Do you understand the natures of your charge and waive formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have everything read aloud?
Did you dismiss any of them?
No, I did not. Do you understand the charges, or you wish to have it read aloud?
You didn't dismiss my card charges?
I did not, sir. The question I have for you is, do you understand your charge, or do you wish to have the warrant read aloud? Which do you prefer? You do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Are we ready for the female inmates or no?
Come in right now.
Thank you so much.
Say your name. Say it loud.
Ms. Mangum, were you present earlier when I read aloud everything to the inmates?
Yes, I am.
You're charged with battery. Do you understand your charge, or and waive the formal reading of your charges, or you wish to have them read aloud? Your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Issachar Martin. You cannot return to 9746 Brown Road. It was indicated on the warrant that that is your residence. As such, you can return with the sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted unless this matter is resolved or unless this condition is modified by another judge. You must also not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand the formal conditions of your bond?
I have at least that in my kids.
I can't hear you. Can y'all move the camera down? She's a little bit shorter than the other people.
I was saying, even if I have a lease there, my kids are there waiting on me. It was never, he don't have an issue with me being there as an argument.
No, ma'am. You could not, based on the way that the warrant is alleged, the court will not allow you to go back to that property. However, you can talk to your attorney about maybe getting that modified by another judge. Do you understand?
So if I'm doing cash, how much would the bond be?
Your bond is $3,500. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
Your next court date will be September 1st at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day, ma'am. Thank you. You, Ms. Morris,
Yes.
you are charged with aggravated assault, obstruction of an officer, cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, and criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have them read aloud? We are streaming live on YouTube.
I was told I had 2 charges, and then when I got here, it was 2 more, so I don't know what they're.
So ma'am, here are your 4 charges. You're charged with aggravated assault, obstruction of an officer, cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, and criminal trespass. Do you wish to have your warrants read aloud, or do you understand the nature of your charges?
A children one? I didn't hear
I'm
about.
going to read your warrant for you, ma'am. It is accused that you pulled out scissors and pointed them at the victim, Herman Morris. While the offender was pointing 2 scissors at the victim, she told the victim that she was going to stab and cut the victim. The victim stated he was in fear for his life. The witness, who are juvenile, stated that she observed the offender pull the scissors on the victim. The victim is the daughter of the witness is the daughter of the victim. After determining the offender to be the primary aggressor, I advised the offender that she was under arrest. As myself and another officer grabbed for the offender's wrist to place the handcuffs on the offender grabbed the handle of the resident's back door. The offender refused and resisted to give the officers her wrist. Officers continued to try to gain control of the offender, but the offender continued to resist. The victim and offender are married and live together. The offender performed the offense of criminal trespass when she denied the victim access to his cell phone. The witness, juvenile, the offender denied the victim access to the phone in the living room. The offender performed the offense of cruelty to children when she performed the crime of aggravated assault in front of the victims, Ivana and Zedri. This incident occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. The court reviewed the warrants and found that there's probable cause for your warrants, these charges. Your bond is $40,000. You should stay away from Herman Morris, Ivana Morris, and Zedri Morris, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes or no?
He had me down. I don't know what to do.
Ma'am, let me stop you. Let me tell you why I'm stopping you. It's not because I'm not interested, but there is nobody else here. The prosecutor's not here. Your lawyer's not here. You may say something that actually ends up incriminating you. So this is not the time for you to explain what allegedly occurred. All I'm asking you is, are you able to make bond? And the answer to my question is yes or no, ma'am.
I'm homeless. I don't have, he's the care provider, no.
I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be October 12th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. My records show that that's our last inmate. Is that correct for you all as well, or am I missing someone?
That is it.
You said that was it?
That's it, yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good day, okay? Thank you, Latasha. I'm gonna log out now.